and welcome to the highlights of the first one-day international between the West Indies and Pakistan from the Sheikh Zayed Stadium here in Abu Dhabi. It promises to be a very exciting series between these two teams on this ground here, pretty new stadium in Abu Dhabi, and the pitch is certainly that historically has yielded a lot of runs. It looks a pretty good surface here at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium. A little bit of grass on it, but pretty hard and pretty even all the way through. Toss was always going to be critical in these day-night encounters. The West Indies won the toss and Chris Gayle had no hesitation in choosing to bat first. West Indies had Chattergoon and Chris Gayle opening, Xavier Marshall, Brendan Nash, Nikita Miller in there as well. Lionel Baker making his debut, a young man from Montserrat, along with Taylor, Powell, Sarwan and Chandapol. For Pakistan, Salman Butt and Karan Mansour would lead things off for them with the bat. Yunus Khan, Misbah Haq and Shoaib Malik make up a reasonably experienced middle order with Shahid Afridi, Cameron Akmal and Fouad Alam. Right, let's pick up the action now with Ramiz Raja and Danny Morrison.
First ball. Tanveer with his fast left-arm action to Gayle. Oh. Big in-swing, but it's first runs on the board.
And it's a free hit as well. So excitement straight away for one and all, especially for Chris Gayle. Now, field cannot be changed for a free hit, especially when you've got the same batsman at the crease. Had they changed, then they could have changed the field as well. Where will he go? Over mid-off. That's his favorite hitting zone, or over covers.
It's just amazing how often that a free hit goes unpunished, or it gets smashed in mid-off, or a miss hit and the batsman gets caught, but he's not out because it's a free hit. Don't often see the free hit disappear out of the ground. There's that Caribbean Calypso shot from Gayle. It's the first boundary of the innings. Nice stroke. 8 without loss. Well, this one's the other one that goes back in.
Nicely bowled. He's mixing them very cleverly. From back of the length, he pitched the ball up and excited the batsman into going extravagantly through the offside. The front foot not to the pitch. Back leg not moving a great deal to cover the line or the swing, so living dangerously, just a touch.
Getting the sack, I tell you what, this has got the sack all the way for the first big one over mid-wicket from Gayle.
It's a typical Gayle story and a Gayle hit. Brilliantly done over mid-wicket. Came down the track and just helped himself with a glorious hit over mid-wicket. No problems. Cleared the fence quite easily, muscled it over mid-wicket.
It's great to watch, isn't he, Gayle? And it's just typical Chris Gayle. And already the slips come out. We've got finally a gap and deep backward square. So Malik's played follow the ball a little bit here. Reckons what it is. It's one of his favourite areas, Gayle, but is he going to go there again? Well, there's the pickup. Don't worry about setting a field for that. That is class. Hit it so clean. 6 overs gone. It's 18 without loss.
That's pulled away magnificently by Chris Gayle once again. If it's one thing about Abdur Rauf is that his length can be quite predictable. Being a tall man, he tends to drag it back of a length and there's a stock delivery. And Chris Gayle is weighted on it and pounced on it, even though there's a backward square. And hello to Waqar Younis.
Excellent shot. Right on top of that. Took the time, both these batsmen played in first, got the feel of the wicket, and then what? Gale is on for it now.
That's gone finer. That is a wonderful touch from Chris Gale. Ralph stands mid-pitch with his hands on his hips, hit in front of square now, just nudged behind square.
That's a very wrong line to Chris Gale especially. Very steady at the crease, doesn't really move much. Just help yourself, delivery onto the leg stump. Poor delivery, but played it very, very nicely. Abdur Rauf decided to come round the wicket on that occasion. He's got to keep it outside the off stump, but not too much, because Chris Gale is so good on that offside. He looks to go over the top from the offside also, so got to watch out. Margin of error is very, very small. I thought they started off well, both these Pakistani bowlers. They kept things tight for a few overs, but this pitch is definitely very, very good for the batsman.
Just looking to get their lines right. The man at deep square leg is now come very much in front of square. There's a leg slip in addition to a normal square leg. Change of pace from Ralph. Yeah, you're right. He took a bit of time for Gale to get his eye in, as he's wont to do on occasions. Man at the forefront of your television screen is now that, I suppose, deep mid-wicket now, or deep forward square. Given that the angle from Ralph now is from around the wicket, if he's going to bowl that off-stump line drifting into off-stump, he figures that he'll get hit in front of square. Men at mid-off and mid-on and right back on that 30-yard circle. But it won't make any difference. That is smashed down the ground by Gale. Ralph might say to himself, it wasn't quite a half volley. Chris Gale hit it slightly on the up with a tremendous power.
Made it much easier for Chris Gale coming over the wicket. Slower delivery, I thought, but smashed it straight back past the bowler. Doesn't really matter where you put the fielders. If you can hit it like this, hit it straight, there's no fielders, never fielder there. Looking at the pitch this afternoon, I thought the pitch was totally different to what I've seen last time when I was here. Pakistan played against Sri Lanka. Much more compact. It's got a bit of grass on it. Dry grass though, but it's very hard. Decent bounce. And I have a feeling that this pitch is going to stay like this for the entire match. So it's got third man in.
Oh, well called, Waqar Younis, and well watched by Gale. Third man came up, long on went back, and Chris Gale worked it to the right of that third man.
It's the worst of the tactics, I can think, because it doesn't really matter if you bowl slow ball or a quick delivery, because once you have a third man in, all you got to do is just angle the bat. There's no slip there. There's every chance of ball going for the boundary, and that's exactly what happened. Well, there's plenty of field changes there. There's got slip in now. Even the third man's move a little finer.
Good over for the West Indies. 8 overs gone, 41 without loss. Nice. He did well to reach it. Really did well to reach it, Gale. It was wide from Tanvir. One of the few bad deliveries that Tanvir has bowled in this spell, and it's raced across the outfield.
This man is getting a little dangerous for Pakistan, Chris Gale. once he start hitting deliveries like this, way wide delivery, and he's ready for it. Look at that, right from the middle of the bat. It was traveling, this ball.
That's going to travel a long way. That is gone to hit the perimeter fencing around the Sheikh Zayed Stadium. The ball is really getting some airtime when Chris Gayle strikes it.
Well, if you're somewhere around the stadium, hurry up. Chris Gayle is on. Heat is on. Look at the shot. Excellent shot. It reminds me of Gordon Greenidge a bit. Doesn't really move much at the crease. Just keep an eye on the ball. That's his theory. It's gone to 43 quickly. 7 4s, 2 6s, and I tell you, this 6 was just something extraordinary.
Certainly what we've seen from the faster bowlers here is the back of the length isn't working that well to Chris Gayle. He's gotten his eye in. He's picking up the length quite nicely. We've seen Ralph trying to pull the length back being dispatched. Now Umar Gul. That's in the air again, and it's going to travel over the ropes. That's a magnificent shot. Right leg up and just a little flip off of his hip. And that back of a length again has been punished.
Can't get better looking than this. Look at this. Oh, I can watch it again and again. I don't think Umar Gul likes it, but look at this. Just a whip. And that is traveling. That's gone a long way. Oh. Wow. Wow. It was just a bit wide and sliced it over the point fielder for 4.
Should be a couple of runs. 50 for Chris Gayle as well. That's in the air now. Square leg is running back. I don't know that Afridi will get to it. 2 runs taken. 72 without loss after 12.
It's gone, simply right, John the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. It's gone, simply right, John the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Oh, good pickup shot. Wonderful pickup shot. Really minimum movement and how effortless it was. And that is an indication of the danger he presents and has presented for his time at this level.
I think this shot deserves a 6. I'm not sure if it's going to be a 6 or not, but look at this. Nice little whip from Chris Gayle. He's such a powerful man. I think he's just landed outside the line. Deserves 6 for sure.
It's gone very fine. That should be 4. So welcome runs there for Chattogoon. Not such a great line. First ball of the over on the hips of the batsman.
Well, showing a lack of experience, but more so also sometimes is that you change ends of the ground, Sanjay, and from a bowling perspective, you don't quite get it right, you're going to disappear. And the Cardinals sitting there with the skipper hanging his head. He's grumpy because he's got fine leg up inside the circle. It's 4 more. Just guided past backward point. So effortless, and now we've got back-to-back boundaries and Malik scratching his head for field placings.
Chris Gayle as well stands tall and just lets the bat do all the talking. Here we go, Chris Gayle. Now, this is the kind of shot that only Chris Gayle can play. Have a look at it. It's a short delivery from the bowler. He's given the charge to the bowler and hit him straight back. 100 comes up for West Indies.
Well, I tell you what, down under, this shot's called the Strapple, courtesy of Chris Cairns. It's the baseball shot. It's a pull shot that goes straight back past the bowler and nearly takes out the umpire. Watch this. Wants to pull it, but it ends up going straight. Not completely where Gayle wanted it to go, and the sharp footwork from Mullock, not good enough. They won't be signing him up to Man United. Oh, that's a beauty. Don't worry about footwork with this one. It's gone all the way for another one for Gayle.
What a shot this is. The bowler obviously making the adjustment, getting fuller this time. Chris Gayle perhaps was aware that the next ball is not going to be too short. Stood his ground and bat just came down heavy on the ball. Great pickup shot. Here we go. This is the problem. Bowling those leg spinners, because you get the natural flight. And with the spin too.
I'm loving this. Takes me back to Hong Kong on the weekend. Gayle wasn't there for the All-Stars, but I tell you what, that would have gone miles down Jordan Road in Hong Kong. Oh. Finishes with another leg break. More of a wrong and really. 19 overs gone. It's 1-2-4 for none.
Boom Boom Afridi has been introduced, and it's been Boom Boom Chris Gayle.
That's gone in the air. Mid-on is pushing back and takes it quite nicely. So the belated change of pace in the form of the captain Malik himself has paid dividends. Chatagun didn't get to the pitch and lofted it to mid-on.
He took the risky option, trying to hit the ball against the spin. The mid-on was up in the ring, so that could have prompted him into playing aggressively. Khurram Manzoor took a very good catch. He had to run back, and he was quite nicely balanced, kissing the ball in the process. First wicket is down. That of Cheragoon for 33, 125 for 1. Kiwi supporters, obviously at the wrong game.
He's off the mark with a lovely cut shot. Umpires may want to have a look at this once again. They collect 3. Umpires have asked the television umpire to adjudicate as to whether this will stay at 3 or whether the fielder was in contact with the rope.
This is a heavy outfield. Misbah ul Haq, I think, is safe. Nicely done. Skidded over the rope after stopping the ball. Now, the thing to look here is whether any of his body parts were touching the rope when he was in contact with the ball. Yes, probably it was his leg that was over the rope while he was in contact with the ball, so this should be given as a 4.
That's lofted into the gap by Ramnarasawa, and a very, very easy shot on the eyes, hitting with the spin and really stroking it into that gap quite nicely.
There it is, 100 for Chris Gayle. Ninth one-day international 100. Second successive 100. Last being 110 versus Canada in August 2008. And what's really dangerous, Waqar, for Pakistan, he's got his 100 with 20 overs to go in the innings. Good delivery. But Sarwan has been sensible. He's defended that and picked up a single. Brings Chris Gayle on strike. 50 runs partnership between the two batsmen. Jerome Taylor there. Oh, Chris Gayle may look slow, may look like he's just ambling between the wickets, but made that single quite comfortably in the end. Yunus Khan was the fielder.
Yunus Khan must have thought that Chris Gayle looked tired. He's been at the crease for a long time. Little hesitation, but very quick. Direct hit would have brought some sort of doubt, but easily home. That was an excellent shot, played with the spin. Normally we've seen Shoaib Malik sort of bowling a lot quicker. This one was little flighted. Picked the gaff very nicely by Sarwan.
Yeah, just flighting the ball. Good length delivery, but it just becomes ideal to play that kind of a sweep shot.
Let's go on, simply right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Could be right here. Oh, direct hit. Direct hit would have done the damage here for the West Indians, but Afridi's asking to the umpire to go for the third umpire here. I think he managed to throw the ball back onto the stumps, thinking that Chris Gayle is still short. But I think he's made it.
I think direct hit also he would have perhaps made it, because the throw was not a very convincing appeal really from Kamran Akmal. Good take, the ball kept slightly low.
I think the ball's getting a little softer, and it was very, very close to cut. I don't think it was there to be cut.
Good fielding there in the deep. Chris Gayle hit that ball in the gap, but it wasn't really hit as hard as he normally does, so that allowed the fielder to come around. It's a big ground too here, so a lot of 2s and 3s you'll see today. Oh God, no! He's dropped it, can you believe it? One of the easier cotton bowl chances that you'll get, and it was a wicket that Pakistan would pay millions to get.
Well, you can't ask for easier cash than this. This was the easiest as it gets. And I know it's very, very hard as a bowler to catch in a follow-through, but you have to catch these ones. This was a dolly. Oh. And an important one. Even Chris Gayle was surprised.
Not to be done by that drop catch. Well, this is Chris Gayle. You know, he's unique in the way he thinks. Dropped of the last ball, and what does he do?
I think he's feeling very lucky. He decided to move away from the stumps on that occasion and smash it back. Oh, that one hit Umar Gul first and then almost took the umpire. Mark Benson should feel lucky. There you go.
Very lucky that it got the fleshy part of Umar Gul's leg to start with. If he had hit him in the shin on the bone, have cracked it maybe.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous. Hit him, I think, on the meaty side. So
just so that you don't forget the lessons. You know, when you drop a batsman like Chris Gayle, you can really pay dearly for it. Now here's the drop catch. And a very quick reminder from Chris Gayle of that old lesson that we've always learned: never drop catches. The ball that was replaced, the 34th over.
And especially, Sanjay, to somebody like Chris Gayle, who's on 113 now. Don't drop him.
There he goes again, but straight to the fielder this time. Shahid Afridi, the catcher. Umar Gul gets a wicket. So Chris Gayle was trying to ride his luck in that over, but Pakistan have a big break here to come back.
Well, he was lucky earlier, and he was very unlucky on this occasion, because that was hit with immense power straight to Shahid Afridi. I tell you, if this would have been a yard either side of Afridi, would have gone for 4. Chris Gayle, excellent inning of 113 comes to an end. 198 for 2.
Well, there he is, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Gets off the mark. The neat little deft sweep on the leg side. Brings up the 200 for West Indies. And that's for just too quick for that fielder at third man. Shoaib Malik can see the expression telling the story. A bit distraught at the moment. He knows this is the chance now to come back into the innings, but the run flow doesn't seem to be ebbing for West Indies.
Still way too short, Umar Gul. But it was beautifully timed by Sawan. Umar Gul has been on a real short side today. Normally bowls really well, bowls on the line and length, sort of a length, but today he's been very short. He's given opportunity to both these batsmen, even in the last delivery to Sarwan also. Way too short, way too wide. Another one might be called a wide ball. Yes, I think it is wide. Way too over the head of Sarwan.
Always needs the help of that square leg umpire to make this decision, whether it's a bouncer for the over. You're allowed 1 limited overs cricket or 50 overs cricket. Good delivery.
Quick delivery. Bit of bounce. Hit the deck hard, Umar Gul, when he gets it right. This one was a lot fuller than what he's been doing so far. This one didn't really give enough time to Sarwan to cut it. He was looking to go through that cover region. Relaxed Shoaib Akhtar. Looks very relaxed, isn't it, Sanjay?
Bowling coach of Pakistan, isn't it?
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach.
Yeah, he's been given the role of assistant coach within the Intikhab Alam. He's been in the academy for a while. He's been doing a job as a senior coach at the academies for the last sort of 3-4 years. Was a good bowler of his time. Swings the ball away from the right-handers. Big swinger of the ball.
Great shot from Sarwan. It's that typical Sarwan square cut. Very orthodox, very classical. Brings up the 50 for Sarwan. He's done it quite easily. I think that's been the highlight of the innings as to how easily he has compiled that 50.
But nobody can even think that he's got 50 because he was very quietly playing alongside with Chris Gayle. Didn't realize that he's reached to his 50. Once again, this was a good delivery, no doubt, but the one before this, it was way too short once again. And Sarwan, I tell you, if you keep bowling him there, he's got two gullies also. You keep him bowled there, he'll keep hitting you boundary. He'll pick the gap. He knows where he's hitting. That's his strength.
But that's a kind of square cut you don't see very often these days. The tendency of modern day batsmen is to get onto the front foot and then sort of hit through the line. That was a typical, copybook square cut, getting onto the back foot.
I think it's a lot to do with the slow, low pitches. That's why you can't hit it. This pitch has got good bounce. You pitch him up and this is what he does. He's good in both sides. He cuts it well and he drives it beautifully. What a gorgeous shot. 210 for 2.
It's gone simply right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. It's gone simply right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Interested to see how Chanderpaul goes. Big shout down the leg side. I mean, given. Steve Davis has got the finger up. 3 down.
Nicely done by the keeper. Leg side dismissals are always difficult to handle, and Ramnare Sarwan would consider himself unlucky. Getting picked down the leg side is always a heavy blow really to digest. Nicely held by the keeper. Walking down the leg side with the ball and appealing hard, and so another wicket falls, that of a settled batsman, gone for 55 to 13 for 3.
Look forward to when it gets very dark here, when the sun completely sets. Stunning moon. And there is that stunning innings from Chris Gayle. 113 from just 106. So capable of going on and really hurting the opposition.
That's how he was seeing the ball, like a moon. Chris Gayle.
Nice, Rameez. Here's Gull with another over. Chanderpaul just with that lovely little characteristic dab down to point in the boundary.
Umar Gul has been pretty keen to bowl this length, which is back of the length. We haven't seen a lot of Yorkers or the full pitched up deliveries from Umar Gul. So that has got him handicapped just a little, because this is a defensive length in a one-day game. This is not a wicket-taking length, and I think Pakistan have given in to the fact that at this stage of the game, they want to just stop the flow of runs, just bottle up the West Indies innings and not look for wickets. And one great way of bottling up things is to pick up wickets, as they say.
Sure do. And there's a short one. Shades of Hong Kong on the weekend. Doesn't find the fence, or does it? And ends up with just a couple. Good fielding. On edge and put down by Cameron Akmal, who's just taken a ripper down the leg side and missed out on this more orthodox catch on the offside.
Well, this should have been taken. Yes, a straightforward chance. He took a difficult one down the leg side, and well, it must deflate Shahid Afridi's spirit. 223 for 3.
It's the outside edge. It's split the men. One at gully, in fact, two at gully, and the man at third man can't get around for this one.
It's going to be tough for Abdur Rauf because Shoaib Malik was in touch with him. He bowled one on the leg side, which was put away for two. Shoaib Malik wanted him to adjust, come on the offside where the field was set for him, and then he bowled it short and wide. And Shivnarayan Chanderpaul is a witty character really to understand what is happening out there. The youngster is certainly under pressure. Now an extra man has been taken on the leg side to allow Abdur Rauf to bowl wicket to wicket. Certainly travel around the park. The idea should be really to keep it as simple as possible for the newcomer, the youngster, not to complicate his mind by putting in extra thoughts at such a critical juncture of the game. None for 62, economy rate 9.3 knot. So he's certainly been the weak link in this bowling lineup.
Yeah, after such a good start. Shame. It's a learning curve for him. Very steep one in this form of the game. That has gone a long way. This guy just muscles it. Marshall gets it over the fence, the sixth of the West Indies innings.
Absolutely butchered it. Look at that, full toss, being put away for a flat six. Using the long handle. It was a massive strike, really. It stunned everyone because everyone stayed where he was. Nobody moved.
I think it's four in it, Remy, just looking on that. Might have to change. Might just change. Unless he hasn't signalled. Here we go, Steve Davis. Just going to have another look. They've gone upstairs. Daryl Harper is the third umpire upstairs. I think it's just bounced. There you go, just before the line. So it wasn't six. Thought it was, just seeing it here from our commentary position. It went so quickly, just so flat and so powerfully. A Polaris missile ends up being one. He's just changing, there you go, just changing his signal to the boundary rather than the six. So not the 6-6, still 5. Trying to make up for it here again is Marshall, and the chase is on, and it's 4 more.
Now this is a heavy outfield, and you have to hit the ball extremely hard to get past the fielders on the ropes. This really was muscle once again, favouring the leg side boundary. Salman, but with the valiant effort, almost got there, but not really.
You've got it all, Major.
Marshall on the move. 11 now, and strike rate has ballooned to exactly 100.
Yeah, we've just been waxing lyrical about how good Chris Gale is and how he set this up this innings. So there's 113. Well, it's the first 100, first one-day international 100 here at this venue in Abu Dhabi. Chris Gale, take a bow. Short and wide, and luckily it goes for 4. Could have been worse. Set up and said, hit me please.
This is some serious hitting. Timing as well as a lot of power behind that drive off the back foot. Was it a flatter delivery? And yes, it was off the back foot.
Gone short again, and this one just races away for 4 more from Marshall.
Abdur Rauf is not impressed. We are very much impressed by the sheer power of this man. Xavier Marshall has swatted one with a lot of power. On a slow pitch, he's been able to hit, once again, a massive hit. 23 now from 17 balls, 4 fours. He's not finished yet, he's just warmed up.
And the 250 comes up with that stroke. Field is spread far and wide. Now he's listening. Starting to sink in. He's got the Yorker in there. Nice change of pace, and it's in the hole.
Knocked him over. Omar Gul is taking the stumps via the edge of the bat. And that's a dismissal that Pakistan barely needed.
Well, it's very right. It was very much needed for the Pakistanis, although not the best of the deliveries. Short, was there to be hit. But very much welcome wicket to the Pakistanis. And the danger man gone for 26. It's 255 for 4.
Let's go on, simply right, John the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. Snatched it out of nowhere.
Carlton Bohr is the new batsman, the wicket-keeper batsman who has regained his place in the West Indies team. That will run away for 4. Whether he intended to get it that fine, only Chanderpaul will know, but it draws a few breaths out of Shoaib Malik and company. Well-needed boundary to maintain the tempo.
We've seen Omar Gul rolling his finger on the ball in the last over and got a bit of a spin. I'm not really sure if his similar sort of a tactics was done by Abdul Rauf, but because that one just left Chanderpaul a little bit, or maybe turned a little bit. I don't think Chanderpaul was in control of the shot, but very welcome boundary for the West Indians.
He could be struggling Chanderpaul. That would have been gone had Sohail Tanvir managed to hit the stumps.
I think he could have taken maybe touch more time. There's plenty of time. Chanderpaul was struggling. Instead of flicking it, he could have maybe turned around and thrown it underarm. Would have been a better idea, but in the heat of the moment, decided to flick it. Just missed the stumps. Chanderpaul would have been walking toward the boundary. No chance of returning once he slipped a little bit.
Now it's incredible from Chanderpaul. A wonderful piece of innovation that surprised us. It surprised Sohail Tanvir, and that's what Chanderpaul is all about. Good Yorker. And well caught. Very well caught by Shoaib Malik. Right up there from Omar Gul. And some of the catching has been indifferent. Now is a safe pair of hands from Shoaib Malik.
Wanted to play a similar shot what we've seen Chanderpaul playing in the last over. Wanted to sweep, but it was way too full a delivery on that occasion from Omar Gul. And got him a wicket. It's 276 for 5.
Brendan Nash, age of 30, formerly of Australia, and because of his father's heritage as a Jamaican swimmer. Very well bowled by Omar Gul again. Boy, I tell you, that Yorker is a crusher when he gets it on target. Lovely timing, really good timing. And what a way to get off the mark for Brendan Nash. 277 for 5. That correction on the score, it's 281 for 5. Lovely off drive from Brendan Nash to finish the last over. Contrast of emotions there, varying supporters. just in the slot as well on that length for Shivnarine Chandapal to be able to get under the ball, meet the ball, bat contact on the upswing, which helps to get it over the top. That's a problem with good Yorkers. The bat has to make contact with the ball on the upswing to get it over the top. That's in there. It's a good slow delivery, and that should be taken. Good change of pace from Sohail Tanvir. Deceived Chandapal, all ends up. John Dyson having a word with Chris Gale. Sohail Tanvir continues a very well bowled Yorker, and it wasn't that long ago, in fact, that he came into international cricket, Waka, and I'm impressed, Sohail Tanvir, with the way, or the speed at which he's learnt an unorthodox action. Good change of pace. If they push hard, they can get two. It'll be tight. It'll be tight. I think it might be very, very tight. Television umpire will be called upon. Gould thinks it's gone. He's dismissed his man. Well, in his mind anyway. And that is what was said about Brendan Nash when he came into the Jamaican team maybe a year and a half ago. They talked about the attitude, the professionalism that he brought from playing his cricket in Australia, the type of culture that he brought into the Jamaican dressing room there. He may not be the most highly skilled player, but he brought an attitude. And the players talk about that now. Well, leg by signaled. Sohail Tanvir starting to live up to the great tradition of bowling well at the end that was left, that tradition created by Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis himself. Darren Powell is gone. He's in and he's out. And another wicket to Tanvir. Nikita Miller is the new batsman replacing Darren Powell with Sohail Tanvir on a hat-trick. Oh, he'll be kicking himself, Tanvir. Yes, disappointment. It was a well-pitched Yorker, but just wide of off stump. good end to the innings. Really good end to the innings. Pakistan have come back well in the context of what or the damage Chris Gayle did for the first half of the innings. There's a lot of talk in cricket about momentum. Not sure that I'm a big believer in it myself, but if they can take this good finish to the end of the innings into the dressing room and apply to their batting, who knows? They've got a stiff task on their hand. There's Chris Gayle, another 100 today in the first match of this Fortune Cup series. He's led his team from the front, but a good finish to Pakistan's innings from Tanvir, from Gul. Good support in the middle from Malik and Afridi with their slow bowling. 113 to Gayle, 55 to Sarwan was critical as well. Marshall's 26 gave some impetus to the innings, Bakar Yunus, as you alluded to before. In the end, what could have been a 330 was finished at 294. I think after a very quick start to the innings, Tanvir was good first up, so his first 7 overs went for 22. Abdul Rauf took a lot of stick, most expensive figures, I think, by Pakistani against the West Indies, but it was Malik and Afridi who brought the scoring rate down. Gould came back later on, picked up a couple of wickets, and that really stalled the innings. And Sohail Tanvir, 3 for 42, outstanding overall with his variation. And what could have been so much more, as I said before, has restricted the West Indies to 295. Pakistan will have to get at just under 6 and over.
Let's go on, Shifter right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. Let's go on, Shifter right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Wow, that is flown. Leg by signal by Umpire Davis, losing his line there fractionally, marginally. Powell.
Bowled it quite briskly. I don't know what it touched. Maybe the thigh, maybe just the gloves or the bat, or nothing at all. Keeper had no chance. Slippery. Powell is certainly slippery.
With Gibbon and dashed away by Manzoor.
Well, that's his working area. He's a very good player square through the offside and the leg side because of how he holds the bat. He's got a firm grip on the bat with his right hand, the bottom hand. So he's quite likely really to hammer the ball hard in that direction. Normally the bottom-handed players are very good with a cut shot and the flick through the leg side. Feet wide apart. Reminds me of one Krishnamachari Shrikant of India. Seemed to have a similar stance. I don't know whether it'll hamper him with his footwork, such a wide stance, because then to get going from that angle can be difficult. Once again, leg side-ish, once again the same result. This time the ball was hit with the bat. At least that is what the umpire thinks. Darren Powell just losing it a bit here.
And it's proving to be an expensive over 3 consecutive boundaries. Doesn't take much on such a good surface to get some rhythm into the innings, particularly as the ball gets softer, as it loses its hardness. This is just what Pakistan needed, a good over. 12 off it so far. Add a wide to that, so just lost his radar touch in this over.
Pakistan coming back in this over. He's got him thinking, Khurram Manzoor. 2 loose deliveries down the leg side and 1 wayward, in fact 2 wayward down the offside. And Chris Gayle, well, he's not pushed. He's standing peacefully in that first slip position. That is how he usually operates. Calm guy.
Over the top, this has not been the best over from Darren Powell. And well done down there at third man. Adel Baker
went back deep in his crease. Rigged the length early. It was once again a loose one from Darren Powell. Lionel Baker, the fielder, stopping it with his shoe.
.24 without loss. That's knocked away. Chanderpaul's after it. He should haul it back. So I suspect pick more on potential than any real solid performances, and so he'll, I think, be under pressure if these 2 batsmen, I think, get through this opening burst with a good platform under their belt.
Absolutely, I think it's vital, therefore, that these 2 operators perform and make it just a little bit easier for the newcomer to get going in the job. Can never be easy. Number 3 position in the bowling department is so much more taxing because the pressure is on you straight away. What? No breathing space. Another nice looking shot from Khurram Manzoor. Now this is bad running from Salman, but what was he doing? In fact, they have not run well at all during this partnership. What? He was ball watching there in the first instance and once again not responding at all while his partner was mad keen to come back for the strike. Maybe they'll learn through a run out.
Good change up, good change of pace. He's got very good control and he uses that slower ball cleverly.
For the Yorker there, did Powell, but it's a no ball, and he's stretched over the front line trying to put that effort ball Yorker in. There's the freebie.
I was just about to say that the discipline of the West Indian was pretty good, and as Powell, he just pulled that no ball, pretty tight one. It landed on the line and just slid. I think sometime they're just a little harsh, the umpire. They've got to just give a maybe touch of margin to a bowler. And then again, you'll be thinking of talking as a true bowler, isn't it?
I concur with you completely. Okay, Eunice, I agree. He's a bit tough on the front line as Steve Davis. Now, there's a change in the field here. Long off back for this free hit. Cover came in for a bit, but he's going to go back on the 30-metre circle. Party time in Abu Dhabi. Finally got in a catching position at leg gully. Here comes Powell. Manzoor down the ground. They'll pick up a single. He misses out. He's furious with himself, Manzoor. Yeah, he should have just got the golf shot out and got the 1 wood and smoked it down the fairway.
Pretty good delivery. Gone a little wide of the crease and just pitched it right up. He wanted to get under it. As you can clearly see that he wanted to just go toward mid-wicket. There you go.
This is it, the big nick. They all go up. It's not out.
I think this is the area where they should be bowling more often. I think West Indians are missing the trick. That's what the Pakistani did. Bowl way too short. You pitch it up, and there is something in this pitch, especially since these lights have come on. The ball has darted around a little bit. Appealing for caught behind. There's definite sound, but I'm not sure what it was.
A bit of width here this time, and he's going to go for runs, and he's going to go for 4 of them.
Around this time where we saw West Indians taking charge in shape of Chris Gayle and Salman, but cutting loose a little bit. It was a poor delivery, wide delivery. That was a nicely played, nice play. I don't think it's going to go to the boundary, but oh, what happened there?
The 2 old-timers, isn't it? It's Chanderpaul and Sarwan having a little bit of fun on the boundary. He said, no, you get it. No, you. I'll dive then. And it's Chanderpaul, flicks it, then it comes back off his body, and Sarwan has to tidy up and just picks it up inside the rope. Here's a short one, and this could be out. Oh, it isn't. I think for a split second, the other player coming into the peripheral vision would have put him off. Just for that split second, they survived Pakistan openers.
Unbelievable. I think at the end it was you take. And I think Taylor just pulled out in the last second. There you go. Oh, don't want to see in the picture. You're right, Danny. In the last second, when he was about to grab it from the corner of his eye, he just saw that. Might be the other fielder catching it. That really put him off. Big let off.
Now here's the other reverse angle. Look at this. Here we go. Taylor's going for it. Then Miller comes round. He just got in the corner of his eye there, just in the peripheral vision. And you saw then that slow-mo before that just took his eye off at the last split second, did Taylor. This one's not too far away. It'll go for 4 to finish the 13th over. And it'll bring up the 50. It's 52 for none.
It's gone, simply right, John the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. Snatched it out of nowhere.
It's a bit straight here, and this time Butt plays a beautiful stroke to ruin the over from Baker. 14 overs are gone. It's 58 without loss.
Good shot. Now the runs are starting to come. Successive boundaries for Pakistan. Salman Butt finished the last over with a good flick on the leg side. And Manzoor has hit this well. Went deep into the crease, and that's why I got the time.
He's looked pretty decent so far. He's shown good temperament while his partner has struggled. He's not allowed that feeling to creep through his batting. This is now turning out to be a good partnership. 62 without a wicket.
It's poor running by Salman Butt. Although the young man apologizing to the senior, it was his call and he knew exactly what he was doing, Manzoor. Salman Butt was ball watching.
I think it just about sums up Salman Butt's day so far with the bat. He's not been confident at all, whether it comes to running between the wickets or early calling or striking the ball nicely off the bat. 23 from 50 balls, he's certainly struggled.
What's been most impressive has been the fast bowling of West Indies. Darren Powell, Jerome Taylor getting pace and bounce. Ryan Baker also has been a good compliment. Well, here are the comparisons. West Indies were 93 for no wicket, Pakistan 64 for no loss. Chris Gayle, of course, was doing it for West Indies at the time. Oh, gone. Salman Butt has been dismissed. Just couldn't get going, but again, some tight West Indian bowling.
Well, he was certainly struggling and out of sorts, out of rhythm. Looked very rusty. Looking to play it down for a run, but the ball shattering the stumps and shattering his hopes, and West Indians' hopes are revived courtesy that first wicket. Salman Butt gone for 24, 64 for 1.
Yunus Khan, the new man, is off the mark straight away. Change of length and well driven. You get a couple of runs here. It's 67 for 1. His father has got him to the cricket, and at the same time he wants him to do his homework. He's talking about that kid. Yeah, we've seen a few fumbles today. This could be close. The throw was good. Young Manzoor would have been in real trouble here. 5 singles of that over, 81 for 1.
Oh. 50 for Karam Manzoor. Solid knock, a solid performance. And for a man reasonably new to international cricket, I think that will bring him some satisfaction. It's a foundation, and his team would want him to kick on. Second ODI 50.
Yeah, strike rate there. Look at that. That's the key. It's 74. He's going to need to put the pedal down and get moving very shortly. Gets a bit of width there. And I tell you what, that is tasty. Goes for 4. Class stroke. Too much width from Nash.
100 comes up, yeah. These two look in control of themselves for the moment. No great pace from Nash, but he just allow Yunus the opportunity to get a good swing at it, to extend the arms, hit through the line of the ball, generate some pace. Oh, more runs. A shout of anguish from Brendan Nash as he just saw Yunus just tuck it away from an ill-line delivery. But over it's turning out to be.
Bobish, we asked for some big overs. Maybe change the state of this game, create some momentum, get this crowd just amping a little bit more here in Abu Dhabi. 11 off this, and there's still a delivery left. Here's Nash. Oof. Gets away with it. End of the 23rd over, 105 for 1. Crowd loving it. I've started to build up. There's the reverse one. Gotta like this. And not quite 4. They'll get 3 though.
Yeah, keeping the scoreboard going, keeping things ticking over, just keeping it manageable at the moment by keeping it around 7 runs per over required. It's a good pitch. The other thing for Feels to remember. Power plays, we'll come back to it. 24 overs gone, 112 for 1. Runs. Nash is after it once again, and again he should pull it back. Again, the run rate just maintaining and just around that 7 mark. So Pakistan will feel maybe at the moment they're in control. The West Indies may probably have to look to someone like Jerome Taylor, who's only bowled 4 overs, to come in and maybe look to nip one out if Nikita Miller doesn't do that pretty soon.
Well, that's another little advantage. Oh, here's an overthrow, possibly. No. Good backing out.
Now that's guided towards the 3rd man, just 1. Oh, 2 runs taken. That is not sharp at all from Ramnaraj Sawan. There wasn't 2 there, or they shouldn't have been. And a round of applause. Banged away. That's the boundary that Danny Morrison was talking about. Dragged down by Miller and struck with fearsome power by Manzo. First boundary for 35 balls, Danny.
Yeah, you just sense it, couldn't you? The pressure valve was building and something was going to be done about it. And Miller dropped it too short. And again, he's going to get away with this one. Cover on the fence comes in and tidies up. 140 for 1 now.
Now, is this the one they want? Yes, it's one for Jerome Taylor. He's been brought back to do this job, and I think it's one of those one-arm deliveries once again. It's a good catch from Ball. And they're on their feet now, the West Indian supporters.
Done the trick. The skipper's brought on Jerome Taylor there. No front arm with that delivery. And Manzoor just tries to run it to 3rd man. Good catch, Carlton Ball. It is a good take. And it's the end of the opening batsman. He's gone for 69, Manzoor. It's 142 for 2.
Let's go on, simply right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere. Let's go on, simply right, channel the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Has he picked the gap? Yes, he did. That one was a hit with some power.
Yeah, they need boundaries like this. And it's not easy for a batsman, one of these 2, to stay till the end without taking too many risks. Because the asking rate when it gets to 7, just picking up singles all the time is not going to help, because that will keep going up. It will start putting pressure on the batsman when it gets into the 8 regions. So they need something dramatic here, the Pakistanis. 153 for 2.
Oh, bowled him.
Bowled him. What a big wicket that is. And that was the pressure that was building up. When you start looking at the scoreboard and you see over 7 runs needed with so many overs to go, you feel the time is right now.
Way too early, Misbah-ul Haq into that shot. Given the bowler a time to think that what sort of a delivery he wants to bowl. That was a quicker delivery and a straighter delivery. Completely missed by Misbah-ul Haq. Gone for 7, 159 for 3.
It's 159 for 3. West Indies have just got a very important wicket, that of Misbah-ul Haq. Man who has won some close matches for Pakistan. That brings in Shoaib Malik, who also has the ability to score quickly, but as we've been saying, it's just getting that much tougher for Pakistan. The asking rate now 7.63. They've lost wickets now. They've lost 3. Oh, Yunus Khan has called for the single. Shoaib Malik says no, but recovered in time to get back safely. Batting on 49 now, Yunus Khan.
Good idea. Never run on a misfield. Well done by the bowler. Yunus Khan very eager to get to his 50. This might get him to his 50. Yes. A little fumble there by the fielder, but well played 50. 35th ODI 50. And I think Pakistan need more than that from him to do something incredible in this match.
And he got it off 50 balls, so that was good. He's done his part, Yunus Khan, but a big task lies ahead.
I think Pakistani batsmen, they must have re-strategized things, because they have to just start pushing now. 8 and over from here. 8 plus actually, 8.5.
There you can see this is what happens. Although you tell yourself as a batsman that I'm going to look for just 5 or 6 runs and over, but at the back of your mind, that figure of 8, 8.5 is always there. Well played. But they've got a fielder down there, and he's fine too, so he'll get a couple of runs. And I thought where West Indies were really good was once they got 294 runs on the board, when they came out to bowl under lights, they weren't looking at that score as a big score and we're going to defend that. They came out looking for wickets.
There you go, as I said, come down the track, and it's gone for 4. Little misfield on the boundary, handy 4 for Pakistan.
The field placement has been very good from Chris Gayle. He has kept that fielder at long on pretty straight, so although this was hit really well, that fielder was in a position to come and cover that angle, but
I think it was an awkward bounce. Bounce was probably touched too close to the fielder, that's why it just under the boundary. I think that's what they need from here onward. Look to hit a boundary and then get those singles in after that.
It's a good straight hit. Pretty good indeed. And just rolled into the boundary. Good effort from Brendan Nash. He has a very good work ethic.
Very good cricket overall. Nice stroke from Shoaib Malik. Shuffled across the stumps to find the straight gap, and that brilliant effort. Good piece of cricket. Full length dive, great commitment. Following it up, but the ball crashed the rope.
Oh, magnificent shot from Shoaib Malik. That had a stamp of authority all over it.
Well, Paul made them turn and twist in his opening burst. Maybe now it's time for him to turn and twist. That was crashed hard through the offside. Great piece of timing and good thinking from Shoaib Malik. He shuffled across to cover the line and then hit it extremely hard. Found the gap. Great wind and a good shot. Very good shot.
As he squeezed this passport, yes, he's done it. This is the type of momentum that Pakistan are hoping for in calling for this final power play. This over started off very well. 200 comes up for them.
Is the required quota of boundaries now coming up for Pakistan, courtesy some very fine batting by Shoaib Malik. A cover drive followed by this cut shot.
That's gone high, but it's not gone very far. Someone's under it, and oh, he takes it on the second attempt. Chattergoon is the man. And another wicket for Baker. He's having an outstanding debut at one-day international level.
Well, Yunus Khan had to go that way because things were getting tight and tight around him. He was not able to hit the ball in the air, couldn't pierce the field in the slogger, went high. This is not what Yunus Khan is known for. And in the end, a good catch, keeping his eyes on the ball. Yunus Khan gone for 56, 206 for 4. He once again walks in a difficult situation, Shahid Afridi. We tend to crib and criticize him for not delivering, but look at the situation or the situations when he comes back or comes in for Pakistan. 207 for 4.
Let's go on, Shifter right, John the ball. He has snatched it out of nowhere.
Nice. Really well played by Malik. Struck on the up. Finding the gap was a key with mid-on and mid-off. Up in that 30-yard circle. Did it to perfection.
He's raised his game phenomenally in the last 3-4 overs. Some lovely drives to the offside. This really was a classic one. Uppish, but a fierce shot. Did not shuffle because he was eyeing the offside range. It was pretty successful.
Really does need that help though, Ramiz. You pointed it out over the course of the last 20 minutes or so that it needs to happen from both ends, isn't it?
Absolutely. 44 from 33, Shoaib Malik has raised the tempo of this Pakistan's innings.
Good strike down the ground. Malik has no problem striking it down the ground. He's doing a job here, but he's carrying a big load, Shoaib Malik. Making the best of it.
It has been a very good, very fine innings from Shoaib Malik. He's been very imaginative in this power play, hitting the ball as straight as possible. He's driven fiercely through the offside, and this really almost smashed the bowler in his follow-through. Shahid Afridi really needs to take a leaf out of Shoaib Malik's book and look to dominate straight through mid-off and mid-on. .50 for Shoaib Malik, a real captain's knock. He has been under a lot of pressure and stress. Third consecutive 50 for Shoaib Malik, so he's been in good, decent batting form. But it's his captaincy that has come under the scanner. A victory here will give him a lot of assurance, a lot of confidence to lead Pakistan.
Taken. That's a brilliant catch from Shivnarine Chandapal. Wonderful bowling by Baker. His night just continues getting better and better. 3 wickets to him. And again the length pulled back and Afridi perishes.
Reflex action from Shahid Afridi. He went for the length and hit the ball hard, hoping against hope that that will skip the fielder. But Shivnarine Chandapal with a fantastic, stunning take. On the run, did not rush himself. He was in good position, nicely positioned to take that catch from Afridi. Gone for 4, 224 for 5.
Taylor. Oh, Carlton Ball says no straight away.
It wasn't such a difficult catch. This really should have been taken. Once again shuffling, and well, he went there with both hands. Maybe the ball just dying on him. It was on its way down when it got to the keeper. But really he had the option really to go with both hands or one hand. It was that kind of a catch.
3 balls to go in the Miller over. That's the final over of his spell. He's going to come back for the second. This is a big ground, so we've seen a lot of 2s being run and 3s on occasion. That is where I think Pakistan have a chance, in the sense that if they hit the ball in the gaps, as the innings come to an end, there'll be more and more 2s taken by the batsmen. Nice chipping over mid-on. There again, he was looking for the second.
Yes, it's already clocked over 10s now, the asking rate, 10.2. Now, really, this one has to go all the way. The guys have said, well, 4, yeah, look, she'll do with 4, and it'll be up to 9, but just to relieve some tension, the 6. Went for it, and I'll tell you what, has he got enough on it? You betcha! That has gone all the way to finish the 44th over. It's 2:38 for 5. This call is 2. They're going to come back. Malik is coming, and there's the pressure on the outfielder. Marshall this time can't gather.
Full marks to Alam then. He's a young man. The moment he hit the ball, we could all hear. He called out 2 to his captain. And that got the belief in Shoaib Malik that there's a chance of a second. So there it is. You'll get to see a lot of couples scored. I say couples, I mean runs, 2s.
Couples, there's a few of them here at the ground.
He's used the pace of the bowler. His scale has worked out the angles so well. Shots like that. Normally when you see that kind of a shot played very close to the fielder at point, you're looking at 4 runs. Then that fielder from behind comes and covers it. Priceless boundary at this stage. Also get the confidence going for the young man. Shoaib Malik was scoring the runs, and Alam was just running hard between the wickets. 15 of 12 ball, but that boundary should get his confidence going. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Now, if this happens to be the end of Shoaib Malik, it has to be one of the most brilliant stumpings that you would have seen. It's brilliant anyway, but it would be sort of more effective stumping than if Shoaib Malik survives this one.
I reckon these 2 work this out. They're going to slip one down the leg side, and to tell you what, oh, it's tight. He just gets the foot down. Does he get that back leg down? Here we go. There's the big pirouette here, and Bohr isn't quick enough. Would have been amazing. I just wonder whether Gale and Bohr got together and said, should we just slip one down the leg side? We're happy to give away a wide, but he may overbounce, we might get a stumping.
Brilliant, but a fraction of a second late, Carlton ball. It's wide nevertheless, so an extra delivery for Pakistan. Gone. Big wicket there for West Indies. Jerome Taylor strikes. Shoaib Malik looking to heave that overshot mid-wicket, but that's where he finished, at short mid-wicket.
Yep, didn't get enough on it, did he? He had to go for it. He knew that he wanted a boundary off the first ball of the over. Picks out one of the shortest men on the park, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, who's got a great pair of hands, already taken a good catch to get rid of a freebie. He gets the danger man with a good catch. Shoaib Akhtar out for 66. It's 262 for 6.
Shoaib Malik. .262 for 6. Well, West Indies will suddenly feel that they have a chance of winning this game now with Shoaib Malik gone. Shoaib Malik gone, Danny.
Yeah, thank you for that. Just in the break. Got a little excited. Of course, it was Shoaib Malik, the captain, not Shoaib Akhtar. We've been showing Shoaib Akhtar a lot. Big fan of the big fellas, and he looks relaxed.
I said 50-50 a little while earlier when Shoaib Malik was out there, 5 overs to go. Now the scenario changes. It changes again. What a shot that is.
That's gone
Kamran
all the
Akmal.
way. I love it. I just can't believe it. We're right up here from our vantage point high up in the rafters. And I looked down there and I went, that's gone for 6. 48 of them have gone. It's 272 for 6. Hello, hello, hello. This has gone all the way for the maximum. Game on, folks.
Yeah, he was looking for that full-length delivery, but as it turned out, it was just there in the slot for Kamran Akmal to play that shot. I don't think he was really looking to go over long off as much as going over the bowler's head. Then just got to slice it, but look at the distance that he's got.
That's a bit bigger than Kowloon at Hong Kong. That is a clean stroke. Like you say, Sands, didn't even get quite all of it, and it still sailed comfortably over for 6.
10 runs to win. Here we go.
Oh!
This is unbelievable.
You little champion! That is another one! He is snatching this away from the West Indies. Shouldn't be happening. You've got to get the ball in the hole, and Taylor is not.
Well, this is shocking. 2 consecutive 6s. And look at the man. He's just relaxed there as if nothing's happened. 2 glorious hits on the offside. 2 huge 6s on a big ground against a fast bowler. And now you're looking at 4 runs to win from 3 balls, Danny.
Well, I'm chuckling about your 50-50 call, and now you'd have to say it swung the other way with the favouritism with the home side with the bat in hand.
Well,
Because...
Jerome Taylor's got to do something with his length, Danny.
Oh, absolutely. Those 2 there, just saying. Got to get a Yorker in right now.
Again, the length was just right there in the slot for Kamran Akmal. He's going to get 2 for this. Alam wanted the 3rd, but good thinking by Kamran Akmal. Oh, can you believe that? An extra run conceded.
It is all crazy here at Abu Dhabi. Now she's all tied up, folks. 1 to win. With a misfield there, it has just fallen apart here from the West Indies. Good save out on the fence. And then he said, no, I'll take the strike. You stay there, Alim. I'll take the strike and finish the game. And then there, Taylor, who's having a shocker, can't even take that. Can't get the Yorker in, let alone hold on to the ball. And it is all happening out in the centre.
Well, they've got it through the ring of fielders, and Pakistan have won this game.
Listen to the crowd. Look at the crowd going berserk here in Abu Dhabi. They've won it. They are heroes. Against all odds, really, with about 4 overs to go, you had to say the West Indies were in control.
It was mission impossible when Kamran Akmal came in. The last over set up. Jerome Taylor had bowled the earlier over. His earlier over in the spell quite effectively. And your money was on West Indies. What happened there?
Well, simply didn't execute at the death. They started to fall apart, the West Indies in the field, and particularly here with Jerome Taylor bowling 2 length balls to Kamran Akmal, who got underneath him and leveraged him over long off and then over cover. 2 stunning strokes.
West Indies getting 294. Chris Gayle notching off his 17th ODI 100, a half century to Ramnaresh Sawan as well. 3 wickets apiece for Sohail Tanvir and Umar Gul, who came back well towards the end. Half centuries for Manzar and Malik, and that really established a good platform for Pakistan, for the West Indies. They'll take some pride in the fact that Lionel Baker picked up 3 wickets for 47 runs. Now Pakistan winning by 4 wickets, and they're off to a very good start in this Fortune one-day series. The man of the match went to Chris Gayle for his fantastic batting and also some pretty effective bowling in the end. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the highlights of this opening one-day encounter between Pakistan and the West Indies. Look forward to your company next time. From all of us here, goodbye till then.